Hi guys, I've been saying for some time that politicians should not have second jobs. When it comes to a member of parliament, they should have one job and one job only, representing their constituents. Because as I've said before, if they have a second job and that job pays them more, then who are they going to work for? Their constituents or the people who hire them and pay them higher wages? So the case of Nigel Farage was brought up here, and unfortunately Lisa Nandy's response was, well, pretty pathetic. Have a listen.
I was really disappointed to see recently that OFCOM decided not to take action on politicians presenting the news. It's a very dangerous place for a democracy to be in if people don't trust what they see.
You don't think that Nigel Farage, for example, should be presenting a television programme on a TV cable news station?
Look, I think it's perfectly reasonable for politicians to appear on television and to play roles as presenters. What I don't think you can do is somehow pretend that that is news. It's opinion and it's polemic. It is not news and it is not neutral fact.
So you think it should be prohibited?
Well, OFCOM have, like I said, OFCOM just consulted on this and have decided not to do so. I'm now looking at a range of options that are available to the government to try to disentangle the mess that we've got into. Because as a country, if people can't trust the news that they see, then that is a very dangerous place for a democracy to have got into.
Yeah, she's correct. But the problem here is that you can't force OFCOM to take a decision. You don't have that right. It's supposed to be independent. So the other way around this problem, of course, is to ban MPs from having second jobs. Why do they need to have a second job? If you want to increase their salary, okay, make an argument for that. But if you allow them to have second jobs, as is the case with Nigel Farage, he doesn't even have a second job. He has about half a dozen other jobs, even a dozen other jobs. Who is he really working for? Is he working for his constituents in Clacton? Of course not. He's working for whoever pays him the most. And you can apply this to any member of parliament. So the problem here is Yvette Cooper, her husband, has his own show. He's a former member of parliament. He has his own show on Good Morning Britain. So whenever Yvette Cooper is interviewed, sometimes she's interviewed by her husband. And that's not made clear to the public. But that's a separate issue. But when it comes to politicians, they should have one job only, representing their constituents. Why do they need to have another job? And this attempt to, let's put pressure on OFCOM or hope that OFCOM make the right decision or say something about OFCOM making the wrong decision, it's completely pointless. Because OFCOM have no teeth. They will wave their finger at Nigel Farage and nothing will happen about it because they don't have the power to do anything about it. But Parliament has the power to force politicians to have only one job. If you have more than one job, then you quit. You're forced out. That's the way it should be. Why is it not like that? Is it because Labour MPs are afraid that, well, we may lose some money as well, so let's just keep the gravy train rolling? And to hell with the consequences. You know, some of the collateral damages that Nigel Farage is able to promote himself on his own shows and promote Reform UK on their shows as well, using the likes of GB News and Talk TV, while still being a member of Parliament. It's completely broken. Parliament need to make a decision here. The government should put through legislation to force politicians to do one job only, the job that they were hired to do, represent their constituents. Because anything else is a fudge. Anything else is going to allow the likes of Farage and others to work their way around the problem. Now, it's possible that Nigel Farage could end up working for GB News for free, and that would allow him to get around that problem. But the fact that he's earning huge amounts of money on the side when he should be representing his constituents means that he doesn't care about those people in Clacton. And you can apply this to other politicians as well. The other issue, of course, is you have members of Parliament reading the news to people and, of course, adding their own spin to it or their political party spin. And this undermines trust between the public and the media and the public and politicians. And it needs to stop. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to hear much from Lisa Nandy on how it can stop. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. And I'll see you in the next video.